Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Michelle and this is Michelle's Melancholia. Today I will be talking to you about these two books. These are two books written by author David Sodergren. He is a Scottish author, I believe, and he publishes his books through his own press, which is called Paperbacks and Pugs. As you can see, this is the logo and it's inspired by David's real-life pug, whose name is Boris, so that's really cute. And the reason I want to talk to you about him today is that I really believe that if you love horror, you need to read David Sodergren. Actually, I also need to read David Sodergren, because these are the only two books I've read from him, but I want more. So I read Maggie's Grave sometime last year, and I just read the Haar last month. And the reason I wanted to have them both in one video is that probably if you like one, you're going to like the other. So if you have read any of these, I would highly recommend you read the other one. And also if you haven't read any of them, I highly suggest you get them. You get them and you read them. So first, just let me quickly tell you why David's books are so great. They are very fun, very entertaining. They have a lot of blood, a lot of guts, a lot of people dying horrible deaths, but at the same time, there is so much heart in them. They always have this really heartwarming story with awesome characters. And I think that's a tough balance to reach, and he does it so well. Maggie's Grave is about this group of teenagers living in this small, almost abandoned Scottish town. People have been leaving the town to live somewhere else, and there is less and less people left behind every time, and there's only a handful of teenagers. And these teenagers have been friends forever, and they always hang out in the same place, which is the bowling alley, because there is not much else to do. Until one day, a tourist arrives in town, and they want to impress her. So they take her up the mountain into the forest to see Maggie's grave. "Maggie Wall, buried here as a witch," reads the faded inscription. But sometimes the dead don't stay buried, especially when they have unfinished business. But who is Maggie Wall? Well, Maggie Wall is a legend, literally. She is a local legend who supposedly put a curse on the town, and we kind of get an idea of what the curse is, or at the very least, what the people in the town think the curse is. So then the group of teenagers have to figure out how to get rid of her. There is a lot of blood, a lot of guts and gore, people dying left and right, and just when you think things cannot get any stranger, believe me, they do. Some of the things that happen in this book, my jaw was like on the floor. However, underneath all the blood and gore, Maggie's Grave is also about a group of friends drifting apart and having different priorities and how complicated this process can be. Also, Maggie herself is a great villain. Her story is very compelling. There's injustice, there's revenge. She's like killing people in really horrible ways, and I was still kind of rooting for her because I was like, well, I understand why you're doing what you're doing. So yeah, this book is just highly entertaining. It's packed with so much good story. There is friendship, there is revenge, there is incredible kills, and when you think that it cannot get any crazier, believe me, it does, and it's so fun. The Haar takes place in another Scottish town, this time in a little fishing village by the seaside, and in this village lives Muriel, who is this sweet elderly lady who lost her husband a few years back, and she has lived there all her life, until one day a property developer arrives and they are evicting people left and right. They are chopping down the trees and basically destroying Muriel's town, but she refuses to give up. Until one day, a mysterious fog creeps inland from the sea, and it gives Muriel an opportunity to defend her home, but in a very strange and maybe dangerous way. To some it brings redemption, to others it brings only madness and death. What macabre secrets lie within the Haar? This book is so cute. Yes, people die. Yes, it's horrible. But still, the story is so sweet and so heartwarming. I mean, it says it here. It is romantic and deranged and gore-soaked. This is not false advertisement. This is what you get. Muriel, the protagonist, awesome kick-ass lady. Please let me know if there are other books where the protagonist, the hero, is an elderly lady, because I love that. I want to be Muriel when I grow up. And again, in this book, you can see that David Sodergren draws a lot of inspiration from Scottish folk tales or local legends, and he just turns them into this really fun, entertaining read that again has so much heart in it. This story also touches on love and loss and nostalgia and fighting for what you know is right, and it was so inspiring and so heartwarming and also full of violence and gore, and it was just so good. In my opinion, The Haar also was very cinematic. I think it would make a great movie, and while Maggie's Grave definitely would be much more fast-paced and action-packed, I think The Haar would be a beautiful, slow burn, very emotional and intense movie, and I would love to see them. If you've read these books, let me know which one you prefer, and if you haven't read them, let me know which one is more appealing to you. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope I at least tempted you to look into David's work. If you do buy any of his books, I hope you enjoy it. Let me know if you do. If you enjoyed your time here, maybe leave me a like or write a comment or subscribe to my channel. On my next video, I will be building my autumn reading list because autumn is here and everyone is so happy. I mean, everyone loves autumn, right? Autumn is the best. So it would make me even happier if you join me for that. But until then, goodbye.